Hello everyone. Today you will be working on CKLA Skills, Unit 1, Lesson 19. In today's lesson, you will read a decodable text with understanding. You will also describe people, places, things, and events in a story. Let's begin with our tricky words. Take a look at the word in the yellow card. How would you pronounce this word by blending? You could say eh or eh. But that's not correct. This word is usually pronounced as in this is the last slice of pizza. The TH in this word is pronounced v, just as you would expect. Remember those sister sounds. The E in this word is the tricky part. You would expect the E to be pronounced eh, but it is actually pronounced When you are reading the, we pronounce the letter E as Say When writing the, remember to spell the sound with the letter E. Take a look at this tricky word card. How would you pronounce this word by blending? You may say ah, or you could say ah. But this word is actually pronounced ooh, as in who has my doll? The WH in this word is the tricky part of the word. You would expect the WH to be pronounced w or w, as in where, why, what, and which. But it is pronounced say The O in this word is also tricky. You would expect the O to be pronounced ah, but the O in this word is pronounced ooh, just like in the words to and do. Remember, when you are reading the word who, we pronounce the letters W and H as h, and the letter O as ooh. When writing who, remember to spell the h sound with the letters W and H, and the oo sound with the letter O. Today, we will do our first story. We will be doing this story and story questions together, so make sure you have your workbook ready. I will have the storybook pages here on the screen for you to see. So today, we will begin reading the book Snapshots. Do you know what a snapshot is? A snapshot is a picture that has been taken with a camera. Everyone say, snapshot. Take a look at the picture on the cover of the book. This picture is a snapshot. Based on the title of this book, what do you think we will see throughout the stories? I think we will see snapshots throughout these stories. Snapshots is about a girl named Beth who is 10 years old. Like us, Beth lives in the United States, or the U.S. for short. Beth gets to take a trip to the United Kingdom, or the UK for short. On this map, you see the US circled right here. You also see the UK circled right here. Those two places are a far distance away. They are separated by the Atlantic Ocean. In this reader, Beth tells about her trip and shares some snapshots she has taken. Remember, snapshots are photos taken with a camera. Usually, in a book, the title tells what the story is about. The title of this story is Beth. Listen carefully to learn about Beth. Now, stories are made up of sentences. A sentence is a complete thought. The first letter in the first word of a sentence is always capitalized. We use an uppercase letter, like here, 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 and here. A sentence always ends with a little dot. Do you remember what the little dot at the end of a sentence is called? It's called a period. We find the period here, 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 and here. How many sentences do we see on this page? Very good. There are 4 sentences on this page. Remember, the period means that it is time to make a full stop and take a breath when we are reading. I will read the story once all the way through without stopping. Follow along with me on the screen. Watch as I highlight the words that I read. Remember, this is just the same as pointing to the words as you read. Make sure you are doing that when you are reading your own books at home. The story is titled Beth. I am Beth. I am 10. I am at camp. Camp is fun. Once Mom and Dad went on a trip to the camp. All of us were at the camp. Dad and I went up on top of a path at the pond. Mom got a snapshot of us. This is the snapshot. Then Mom let us snap some shots. Dad got a snapshot of Mom. I got a snapshot of a dog with a hot dog. Now I will read the story again. This time I will ask you questions along the way. I will pause so you can answer the questions. Make sure you are answering in complete sentences. I am Beth. I am 10. I am at camp. Camp is fun. Now let's stop and ask a few questions. Make sure you're answering in complete sentences. Why do you think the word I is underlined? What have we learned about this word? We've learned that the word I is a tricky word. In the reader, the tricky parts of tricky words are always going to be underlined, so make sure you pay attention to that. Let's keep reading. Once, Mom and Dad went on a trip to the camp. All of us were at the camp. Dad and I went up on top of a path at the pond. Mom got a snapshot of us. This is the snapshot. Can you tell me a noun that names a person on this page? There are lots of nouns that name people on this page. The word mom is a noun that names a person. The word dad is a noun that names a person. Can you tell me a noun that names a thing on this page? There are lots of nouns that name things on this page. Let's take a look at a few of them. Path is a thing. It's a thing that you walk on. Pond is a thing. And A snapshot is a thing. Now, look at this word right here. Do you know what that word is? This word is the. The is a tricky word you have learned. The letter E is underlined in this word because that is the part of the word that is not sounded as eh, as we would expect. Remember, it sounds like uh. Now I want you to take a look at the picture on page 5 here. If Beth's hair is blowing around like this, what do you think the weather is like on top of the path at the pond? Use your inferencing skills. It looks pretty windy, don't you think? Let's keep reading. Then Mom let us snap some shots. Dad got a snapshot of Mom. How many tricky words are on this page? Let's see. There's some, a, and of. That's 3 tricky words on this page. Be careful when reading tricky words because they do not play by the rules. Let's keep reading. I got a snapshot of a dog with a hot dog. What is the name of this dog? His name is Jet. How do we know the dog's name? That's because his name is on his dog tag. All right, now that we've finished reading the story, please let your teacher know if there were any parts of the story that you did not understand. Now I'm going to ask you some questions. After I ask the question, I will pause and give you time to answer. Make sure when you're answering you use complete sentences. We will find the part of the story that gives the answer and then reread that part. Question number 1. Where are Beth and her parents? You can find the answer here on page 2. Let's look. It says, I am Beth. I am 10. I am at camp. Camp is fun. Did you hear the answer to the question there? Where are Beth and her parents? It says in this sentence, I am at camp. So where is Beth? She is at camp. You can also find your answer here on page 4. It says, once Mom and Dad went on a trip to the camp. All of us were at the camp. Dad and I went up on top of a path at the pond. Mom got a snapshot of us. This is the snapshot. Did you hear the answer to the question? Where are Beth and her parents? It told us here in the sentence. All of us were at the camp. So where were they? At the camp. Here's the next question. Number 2. Who is telling us the story? In other words, I'm asking you, who is the narrator? The narrator is the person who is telling us the story. You can find your answer on this page again. You can read it along with me. I am Beth. I am 10. I am at camp. Camp is fun. Can you take a good guess? Do you know who's telling us the story? So your answer is on page 2. You can tell who's telling us the story because you continually see the word I. When you see I, a person is talking about themselves. Who is talking about themselves here? Beth. Beth is talking about herself. You can tell from the first sentence. It says, I am Beth. I refers to Beth. Let's go on to our next question. Number 3. Beth took a funny snapshot. What did she take a picture of? You can find your answer here on page 8 and 9. It says, I got a snapshot of a dog with a hot dog. Do you see what she took a picture of? Beth took a picture of a snapshot of a dog with a hot dog. You can also find your answer here in this picture. Now, this is the table of contents. You will find the table of contents in your snapshots reader. It says table of contents right there at the top. Now, the table of contents lists the titles of each story, which you see there up under the yellow arrow, and it also shows the story's starting page number right here. For example, if you wanted to read the story On the Bus, what page would you turn to? You would find the story title On the Bus, and then you would go and find the number beside it. The story On the Bus is on page 48. So what is the starting page for the story Beth? The starting page is page number 2. You see it highlighted here in red. All right, now let's answer some questions about the story we just read. Go ahead and open your workbooks to workbook page 19.1. That's on page 121. 121 on the bottom right-hand corner of your workbook. Remember, you may pause or stop this video at any time if you need time to find your page number or complete your work. Don't forget to put your name on your paper. So this worksheet has questions about the story we just read, Beth. We will complete this worksheet together. Make sure you write your answers in complete sentences just like I do. Let's look at number 1. It says, who went on top of a path at the pond? So if we answer in complete sentences, we know that Beth and her dad went on top of a path. Make sure you write this answer in a complete sentence. Now let's look at number 2. Who got some snapshots? Do you remember? Well, Mom, Dad, and Beth got some snapshots. Remember, all 3 people took pictures that day. Make sure you write your answer, just like I did, in complete sentences. Notice that the M in mom is capital because it is the beginning of a sentence, and also it is the name of a person, so it is a noun. The D in dad is capital as well because it is a noun. It is the name of a person. And the B in Beth is also capital because it is the name of a person. Now let's take a look at number 3. Remember to write your answers in complete sentences just like I am. Number 3. Did Beth get a snapshot of a cat? Do you remember? No. Beth got a snapshot of a dog with a hot dog. Make sure you put a period at the end of your sentence to show that it is a complete thought and your reader can stop reading. Number 4. Dad got a snapshot of what? Your choices are a fish, Mom, or Beth. What did Dad get a snapshot of? Dad got a snapshot of Mom. Make sure you color in the circle next to Mom. Remember to stay inside of the lines. All right, so for your work today, remember, I do not want you to forget these 2 important things in addition to your work that you have to submit. You will need to complete the word recognition Nearpod quiz that is found in your teacher's Canvas page. You will also need to complete your iStation assessment. Remember, you need to do your best on both of them without any help at all. These 2 assessments are very, very important, and we do not want you to forget. If you complete your iStation assessment by Friday, your teacher will give you 10 whole dojo points. Do your best. So your work to submit today. You will need to submit the story questions page that we did together, which was worksheet 19.1. You will need to show a picture of the front. Make sure your picture is clear. You will also need to do the back of worksheet 19.1. Make sure the picture is clear to your teacher. I hope you worked hard today. Goodbye.